There we go. How's everybody doing today? Let's see here. Decent timing, just got up from a nap. Hell yeah, magical. Hugs Goblin. Hello, Lane. Yep. Sari is broken. Nope, never mind. Looks like she's fine. Gobble Queen time. Hell yeah. Chunk at the Goblin. Cruelty. What's up, Chaos? Roll Tide. You sent a vid for me, Jaeger. We'll watch that in a bit then. Slay the Goblin. Cruelty. Goblin Queen of the Darkstorm Galaxy. Alright. So, Chaos was the one that procured enough channel points that we were able to do this again this week. So, I am going to do their vids, the ones they wanted us to watch. So, we got Kenshi review from Seth C-Tech. A Pleasures of the Flesh are False Temptations. Embrace Slavery, Become God from Best Guest. And I Create a Secret Society of Hivers and Kenshi by Reggie. Jesus. For the Glory of Dundee. Bite my shiny metal ass. Gap. Cruelty. Why would you do this to me? Also, I thought you were saving up until you hit 100,000. Jesus Christ. Opens the cage for Goblin. Well, thank you very much, Lane. I don't think it'll work very well, but thank you. Oh, my goodness. I was hoping that one would have a sound alert. No, it does not. It does not have a sound alert. I just look at it and know that it exists. I wanted to try and scare you. Oh, okay. So are we not having an extra reaction day on top of this one, or are you legitimately wanting another reaction day? No, not yet. Okay, well, we'll mark that one down as canceled then. Hey, another Glory Hammer fan? Hey, hello, Wolf. You got a 45 consecutive streams. Hell yeah. I mean, I do want another reaction day, but I do want to save. All right. All right, let's start off with this. Quickly grab the other vid that Wolf sent in real quick and pause it. There we go. All right. Let's get started. Kenshi review, triple S rank smuggling, starvation, slavery, all trademarked. Jesus.
Hey people, Seth here. Today, I'll be covering an educational game about the harsh realities of post-apocalyptic society. A game where you can be anything you want to be, do anything you want to do, as long as all the things you want to do are extremely illegal, morally dubious, and outright sadistic. A game where everything wants to either eat you, cook you, suck out your organs, or peel off your skin and use it as a...
All things considered, this is right up his alley based off of the videos I've seen from Seth. So this makes sense.
A game where being forced into slavery is considered a good outcome compared to having your arms and legs eaten off by a pack of giraffes. I'm talking...
Okay, yeah, you know what? Getting your arms and legs ripped off probably isn't the best bet. I guess being enslaved in the game is legitimately the better option. It's a fucked option, but damn. Also, Gabo, on a scale of 1 to 10, how RimWorld is the solution of keeping monsters locked up by having tons of guard porcupines until the monster from beyond sanity has too many quills in them to move or escape? How's RimWorld is that solution to your problem? What the fuck?
Of course, about Kenshi.
I have no idea.
Kenshi takes place in a world that has been plunged into a technological dark age after an
Cruelty.
unknown disaster annihilated modern society. And now, everyone's back to using straw hats and katanas. Kenshi is actually the canonical sequel to Battle Realms. Many theorize how feudal China ended up looking like this, but the popular opinion is that after endless droughts and famine, the lack of easily available rice and water, which are the two elements needed to form a Chinaman, led to an uncontrolled period of rapid population decline. Seeing that China was at its weakest, the Australians invaded, and the rest is history.
Welcome back,
Kenshi
guys.
plays like some strange hybrid of Mountain Blade, Jagged Alliance, and Def Jam Fight for New York. After about 10 autistic years of development, it's fine.
Okay, that last one came out of left field. What the fuck? That's not cruelty.
Finally here, featuring drug trafficking, human trafficking, and giant enemy crabs. Kenshi, it's got it all. To begin, you need to choose from one of 13 different starting scenarios. You can start as anything from a nameless vagabond, a trader with connections and money to spare, or even a guy who's hit rock bottom. No money, no food, and no masturbation. The character you start with can be fully customized. You can start as a human, a Shekman, a Bugman, or a Skelly Man.
Alright, body type wise, this already has more customization than the vast majority of games that actually have supposedly dedicated character creators. I get the feeling that the character creator section is a very small portion of the game.
Which all have their own.
The actual lore is that Kenshi is a colonized moon that went through 2 separate societal collapses. Jesus. You can make the characters thick with a 2C.
Respective perks and penalties. Humans are, of course, good at everything. But you know what they're not good at? Surviving acid rain, or swimming in acid, or getting too close to one of these. Bugmen are exceptional at losing limbs, and slavery. Are they good at
So just solar flares from the sky, obliterating everything in their path, it looks like. Jesus.
Capturing slaves? No, they're good at being slaves.
I'm guessing so, probably Wolf.
They're not good at reasoning, critical thinking, and having any sort of long-term planning. Skelly men are better at everything.
Well, now I'm more concerned than anything. Like, what the fuck? Those were... So there's some sort of weird satellites in the sky that are obliterating everything in their path to this day. From a satellite, Jesus.
Which is why everyone's afraid of them. They're also probably responsible for destroying the world. Being perfect comes at a price. You can't heal. You need repairs instead, and good luck finding a mechanic in a desert. However, the character you start with isn't special. They've got stats and skills like everyone else. They can also permanently die like everyone else. A game of Kenshi only truly ends when all of your characters are 6 feet under. There's no real objective in Kenshi. That objective can be whatever you want it to be.
I do like that. I do like that it only ends when all your characters are ended. If that's the case, you can do some wild stuff with that. That's nuts. Actually, to correct things, the world of Kenshi has gone through 2 historical societal collapses and is in the process of a 3rd. Honestly, that makes sense considering what I've seen so far, that it's going through a 3rd one. Though, 2 already is kind of wild to begin with.
Bullied in high school, the core philosophy of Kenshi is get your shit kicked in and get stronger, survive, and fight another day. Once you get into your first fight, you'll understand what I mean. Kenshi uses a limb-based physics system to determine whether attacks actually connect, and you don't die outright. Usually, your limbs suffer too much damage, forcing you to crawl on the ground or fight with a broken arm, as your broken appendages flail around helplessly. If you spill out too much blood or intestines, you'll collapse unconscious instead. You can still wake up from the trauma and bandage yourself together, or rely on the help of allies to pop your bones back in place and carry you to relative safety. However, take too much damage in a short span of time, and you might permanently lose an arm or a leg. If that happens, you can install prosthetic limbs, but having a bucket instead of a foot isn't exactly ideal, so hold on to those. But if your organs take too much damage, don't worry about prosthetics, because you're already fucking dead.
That sounds about right, honestly. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, also you can find a graveyard of giant mechs where huge combat robots were ordered to stand in a massive ravine as liquid metal was poured over them to bury them all alive. It's called obedience, as their arms are still reaching to the heavens for mercy. And it was the murder of the giant robots that caused all the smaller ones to go nuts in retaliation, causing the first societal collapse. What the fuck? That's insane. Like, save the world or die trying? Maybe. First Empire was space traveling, used giant robots to win in a war to win. One got scared and destroyed them all, which caused smaller bots to rebel, and it ended. Yep. Hello, cartoon. Hope you're having a good night. How's everyone doing? We're doing good. We're gonna be watching some Kenshi vids tonight. Already starting off strong with one from Seth Tech. So, getting some good stuff going.
All that's left is to strip you down and chuck you in the furnace, because cremation is a far safer solution than letting your corpse fume up and attract the bone dogs. Remember I said
Ominous.
combat uses physics? Because understanding that is extremely important. Characters make different swings and motions with different weapons, which also change as you get more experienced. If a swing physically connects with an enemy, it counts as a hit. Not only that, if there were, let's say, 3 enemies standing closely packed together, they'll all get cut by the same swing. Basically, I'm telling you that if you want to die very quickly, gang up on an enemy, because that's a great idea. He'll take a single broad horizontal swing and decapitate your entire team. It's better to have characters duel each enemy or try and overwhelm them with a variety of attacks. You can even do some crazy micro and make your characters manually evade attacks while everyone else flanks them from the side. Combat is really fucking good.
Weirdly enough, this is good advice for the game, just generally. Jesus. I did my shout out short for you. It's on my YouTube channel. Thank you for making your great content. Well, thank you very much, Car2. That's fantastic. Then when the last surviving giant robot tried to put a stop to the madness, it caused the smaller robots, the skeletons, to try and make things right. But eventually their leader, Catlon, grew increasingly tyrannical and insane, which caused the wards, resulting in the second societal collapse. You can still find Catlon to this day, hundreds of years later. Jesus. Hello, Tiny Thurston Waffles. First Emperor... Oh, wait, you already said that. The Second Empire was made when those small robots felt bad and decided to make a better society, but there was a lot of unrest and the wars made its collapse into current Kenshi. I see. Okay. There's a price on his head, of course, and when you take it, you note that the processor is massively overstressed. So he's just insane at this point. Yeah, that makes sense.
Responsive and only gets more entertaining as you get the hang of it. In the beginning, you're nothing but a walking sack of rice wheat. By the end, you're still a walking sack of rice wheat, but hey, you can stage dive leviathans like a baller. But combat's only one of many things you do in Kenshi. It's a means to an end, and achieving any of your goals requires money. Money buys you food, equipment, protection, and companions. You can't get anywhere without it, but you can't get it anywhere for free. To make money, we need to explore, see beautiful and bizarre places with our own sets of risks and challenges, such as dust storms, gas clouds, flesh-eating...
Dwarf Fortress is probably considered the simulation game. This is a really good simulation, though. Did I bonk you? I have no idea. Clearly something happened.
Cannibals, flesh-eating spiders, lack of water, too much water, and this. I don't recommend stepping into one of these, but they can outrun any character, so the only real way of dodging them is by getting out of the way very quickly, or by traveling at night. Luckily, they're not as dangerous once they fall out of the sky. Besides all the different places that can get you killed, there's a lot of interesting people to meet throughout the world. Hey, I think I've had enough of Kenshi for today.
Well, I know I didn't go very far into Kenshi. I enjoyed the game. I didn't do very much with it. But I've never seen that before. Fuck. Oh, just flash-banged by flesh
to meet
robots.
Throughout the world. Hey.
Thanks, I hate it. What the fuck? Burn it with fire. Good God. Also in-game, you can find Stobe's corpse. That's the name of the giant combat robot that saved organic life. Nice. Oh, something to snack on. Oh, I think it was a cookie. Nice. It'll take place on the Second Empire. Damn. All right. Oh wait, this is the closest to 3D Dwarf Fortress. Kenshi 2 is in development. BT-dub. It'll take place on the Second Empire. Oh, so those big robots are going to be around then. Damn.
I think
well,
I've had
one of the
enough
big
of
robots
Kenshi
anyway.
for today. Actually, turns out they're completely friendly. They just need some help peeling potatoes. Unfortunately, it turned out I was the potato, and my limbs had to be peeled off. I can conclusively say this is probably the most effective weight loss plan I've ever seen in my life. There's a lot of factions out there, and most of them aren't skin bandits. And once you meet them, you'll realize they're even worse. You can interact with them, help them, and even pledge allegiance to their cause.
Jesus fucking Christ.
They're even worse. You can interact with them, help them, and even pledge allegiance.
Like, there's Cut, and then there's Kenshi Cut, apparently. Jesus.
With them, help them, and even pledge allegiance.
That is...
allegiance to
that
their
is
cause.
Nuts. That is actually impressive. Character generation. What the fuck?
Or you can kidnap them and execute their leaders, forcing them to crumble and/or the lack of leadership. Even better, the resulting power vacuum leads to rival factions taking over and potentially expanding across the world.
Go figure, the one called Heroes League is the most racist.
Sooner or later, your nomadic lifestyle of running from city to city will get old. Why pay for methanol poisoning when we can make our own? Why suffer the daily struggle when we can grow our own weed and process it into soft, sticky mounds of hash, which we'll smuggle into the United Cities using Amazon Prime? Here's Hobbs demonstrating our one-day Prime delivery option. He's currently sneaking past the border at a comfortable land speed of 26 miles per hour. The guards don't even see him. If they do, they'll pretend they didn't, intimidated by the man Naruto running through their gates with over 50 kilos of solid hash on his back. As you've probably figured out, you can make your own outpost. At the start, it won't be anything special and you'll be barely scraping by to survive, but once you get some research and technology going, you'll be on your way to establishing a thriving city, provided you don't get murdered, robbed, or eaten while doing so. Setting up an outpost changes the game completely. You now have a place to live, but everyone wants to take what they can't have,
Everybody
and they
wants
will,
your food,
unless your defenses hold up. Each
life.
region has its own set of wildlife and factions that will try and ruin your day. In my case, I set up in the desert. The soil sucked, the crops didn't grow, but at least I was only under attack every day by 4 different factions. Starving bandits kept coming to beg for food. They got a free bolt.
Jesus. Having constant combat every day because everybody wants a piece of their ass is amazing. Make the Imperium of Mankind. Yeah, kinda. It looks like you could, theoretically. Just 4 factions, though? Oh, God. Yeah, I guess there's way more, isn't there? Jesus. Which means we're in the early mutation stages that end up in the creating the hivers and the Shek. Damn. The cage is for Twitch chat, Goblin. Well, thank you kindly.
In the mouth instead. The dust bandits just wanted to kill us. At least they were honest about it. The Sheks kept asking for a good clean fight, so I walled myself off and turned them into pincushions. The Black Dragon Ninjas can go fuck themselves. We're suffering our second famine this season, and it's all because a pack of weeaboos with tin hats keep dabbing away with our bread baskets.
So
and you know
just
what?
running
The
in,
raids aren't
stealing
even the
all that
worst
good
part.
shit
It was
and then
Sunday's
running away.
Kenshi,
That's
where
hilarious.
every Sunday is prayer day, and you don't want to skip out on prayer day. Oh, you missed your Bible. Don't worry, this one's on me. Oh, you can't make prayer day because you're in a coma from severe head trauma? I literally do not give a shit. I don't care if there's enemies bashing at your gates. You raise those shits right now, and I'm giving you to the count of 5 to come pray to our Lord and Savior, Okrat. If you don't come out right now, I'm gonna burn this place to the ground and kill every blasphemous pagan who takes the name of the Lord in vain. And we're gonna do this every Sunday. Prayer day is the...
You know, weirdly enough, these are the tamer of the factions in regards to what they're trying to get you to do so far. Just accept them in and have a Bible on hand. That's it. That's all you need, apparently. Damn. Oh my goodness. Trick to having a base in Kenshi is that no faction will actually steal from you, so if everyone you have just runs out of the base and waits sort of nearby, they'll just run around for a bit and leave after a minute or two of running around like idiots. Jesus. They're racist, sexist, religious zealots. Yeah, it makes sense. That sounds about right. I'm guessing that you have to have somebody that's considered the leader, and they're the ones that go talk to these jackasses. And that's how you get away with having other groups as part of your group. But at the same time, this makes sense. They're fucking ridiculous. Jesus.
Best goddamn day. Unlike those lazy preachers in
stolen
real life,
from
the
if the
Holy
things they
Nation
want are
priests
not on your
will
person.
personally travel all the way
Okay.
to your base together with their faithful team of heavily armed paladins.
If there are no
and
men
I
in your
don't
settlement, they'll
recommend
attack
making
if you
them
don't
upset.
get
If you
one.
can
Oh
survive
my
all of that,
God.
having an outpost lets you
Wow.
really expand on your options. You can even assign people to tasks and functions using an automated job system, and essentially sit back while they generate money and get stuck on terrain. After securing securing a stable source of food, you naturally want more people to eat it. If that doesn't work, buy yourself a couple of animals. They'll eat through your survival rations in no time. Animals are a mixed blessing, so I've arranged them in order of usefulness. Goats, which are walking sacks of meat. Bone dogs, which are the body cleanup crews of Kenshi. Very cute. I recommend getting a pack of them just to watch them play fetch with each other. There's also garus and bulls, which are walking sacks of storage space and absolutely essential for trading and carrying all of your stolen ceramic bowls.
I'm fairly certain running around carrying your bison, I guess this is bison adjacent, probably not what they meant when they said get a trade animal that can hold all your shit for you. What the fuck? Accept them in, have a Bible on hand, and make sure you talk to them with a male human and have 0 skeletons in the base. Also claim the nearby non-humans are your slaves and they just accept it. Jesus Christ. For Hell's Reach? Hell yeah.
And finally, there's crabs, which are objectively the greatest animals for both land-based and naval combat. Oh, real funny, Seth. Now, show me a squad of them. I admit, I got really uncreative with naming them after the first dozen or so. You're not even limited to a single outpost. You can build an outpost wherever you want. Just be prepared for the consequences once other people start to take notice. From there, the world is your oyster, and it's waiting to be devoured by your legions of domesticated crustaceans. Your characters don't even have to be in the same region as each other. The game keeps track of everything in real time, no matter where they are on the map. You can send squads and expeditions out into the wild, while your peasants work their lives away in your sweatshops.
You know, I think I know where I went wrong with this. I treated it like a single-player game and made an absolutely jacked single unit, and then did nothing else. Other than going around murdering random bandits and the occasional jackass that got in my way. I did a couple bounties, but that was about it. I didn't really explore very much. I'll have to check out the rest of the game as a proper, what's the word I'm looking for? Fucking blanking on it. Why? RTS. At some point. That'll be neat.
You sort of have to
as well. The next vid will give you a feel for how it's like to be a Holy Nation slave. Oh my god.
Can't unlock any of the later research trees without plundering the remains of ancient civilization. So you can finally harness the ancient secrets of eggplant hydroponics. Kenshi is a wonderful, bizarre, and at times absolutely brutal game with a completely unique setting. It's an absolute joy to...
Not quite guts. Though I did end up doing quite a bit of two-handed melee combat. I also used a crossbow. I guess it was really more of a crossbow gun. I don't know. Nuts from Burke.
Play, and I've greatly enjoyed watching my life spiral out of control as I feed my newfound addiction. I, of course, give it the biggest score, and my highest recommendation.
My toughness.
I give it 250
nearly
stacks
died
of wheat
to everything
over
for
the
literal
in-game
days
of blood spiders. Seriously, look at that shit. Luckily, you don't have to deal with it. Kenshi is extremely mod-friendly, and most of the issues you have in the game can be easily fixed through modding. I've attached my mod list in the description below, and it should contain the bare essentials to improve gameplay without significantly changing anything. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lot of potatoes to peel, but don't worry, I've got a lot of free time. As always, more content to come, so stay tuned. Also, earlier this month, I made a shitty website introducing SethSceneCatch.com. It's hot garbage, but it's also got links to all my videos, especially the banned ones. Come check it out. A warm thanks to the many members of the Merchants Guild generously funding and bankrolling these videos. You're all truly wonderful. Have a good one.
Oh, that was funny. Oh, it's got a little fun little... Alright, I'll turn this down a little bit because I think it's funny. But I'm keeping it on for a moment. Let's see here. Basically, the Holy Nation is a massive religious overreaction to Catalion's tyranny and madness, which is why they're so terrified of skeletons and have no trust in non-humans. The anti-women bit is very recent for the lunatics, though. Huh, okay. Here's with a jumping spider on my finger. Jumping spiders are cute, though. Still, if you're a human man, then all you need is manners and a book, and you can start out with to live in one of the safer, more reasonable societies. Reasonable for the male guys, at least. You chugged it. Ah, okay. Is that Kenshi? Yes, Miss Bourne, it is. We were watching a video from Tech about the game. I did not realize it had more to it than the RPG I played it as. I mainly played it as a single player RPG. Did not really go into the RTS mechanics at all. Oh my goodness. The Shet Kingdom is a few steps from open rebellion against the leader that's keeping them from extinction because they're just that battle hungry, and the Empire are open slavers where being poor is a crime, I'm guessing? So, the Holy Empire are crazy then. She was guts in this. Kinda. I'd have to look at my old save file to see what we ended up doing. Still, though, this was really good. I'm amazed. Oh my god, he made an entire, like, 2.5-minute exit intro for this. This is crazy. Also, the unarmed combat is kind of insane. Like, damn. I'm half expecting him to start pulling out Kamehamehas at this rate. Jesus. I think I'll grab the game with my paycheck this week. Heck yeah! Already, I'm super interested in doing an actual RTS run of this at some point. Not as crazy or as gorgeous looks, Goblin. Well, thank you kindly. Nobles will outright patrol around cities with an army of bodyguards that openly hunt other people for fun if they look poor. Hint, they see all non-nobles and non-city guards as poor. Damn. Damn. The God Hand credit song is an awesome addition. Yes. God Hand. And on top of that, he also has a mechanical arm. That's great. That's great. Ooh, it's on sale. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Right off the bat, that's fantastic. Okay. Alright, our next one here is Pleasures of the Flesh are false temptations, embrace slavery, become God. Kenshi, my best guest. I have no context for this other than you can get enslaved in Kenshi. And now I'm thinking, what the fuck? But ends tomorrow.
Something you have to appreciate about Kenshi are the various scenarios at the start of the game. You can sort of write yourself into some really interesting situations and tailor an immersive backstory to your playstyle. Holy Sword start? You are now in possession of a sword that wouldn't look out of place in someone's endgame save. Torso start? I don't know, man. Some people like to pretend they're a human nugget. Cannibal start? Yeah, I did this. And I also claimed it was the hardest start, but you know, I lied. So today we're going to do the Holy Nation slave start and my immersive backstory? I failed an anal cavity inspection and the authorities found my contraband.
He put his hand in my ass.
What?
And now I understand.
Oh, good God.
That my ass just don't expand. My ass has been destroyed.
God. What the fuck?
So you see, with the cannibal start, all I have to do is find a way out of my cage and run away. The cannibals were not really heavily armed like the Holy Nation Paladins, and they don't run as fast as the Holy Nation Paladins, and the cannibals might beat and eat me, but the Holy Nation Paladins will simply put on a rubber glove and inspect my ass, putting me in a cage and prolong my suffering. So here we are, standing in the middle of Rebirth, the Holy Nation slave camp. Sad that we have been subjected to and failed such a search. With my stupid wife, Ogre Greta, who had witnessed the inspection and got arrested.
Jesus Christ. How do you make him look asymmetrical? How did they do that? Oh my god, what the fuck? The Hiver societies are hive minds, and any Hiver you have is someone who broke away from it and is therefore to be viewed with suspicion or attacked on sight. There's a thriving cannibal society, and the most reasonable society, the Tech Hunters, is what you recruit from and are technically considered part of. They have a few outposts but are vastly outnumbered. Jesus. Yeah, it's hard to make a normal-looking character than it is to make a fucking lunatic mongoloid.
purely by
Oh,
association. Now, the
my
thing about this
goodness,
particular
what the
start in
fuck?
Kenshi is we are warned to get into a cage as soon as we spawn in, which I had obviously forgotten to do. We've already had the shit kicked out of us, and we are bleeding and not doing so good. But I get it. I understand. And while in the state, we are made to work the mines. You see, we have a job called Obedient Slave, which will make us perform various tasks around Rebirth, and if we're seen deviating from these tasks to heal up, or we remove this job, we will be mercilessly beaten and re-enslaved. So while my boy Upal Borbanus is out here having his head shaved by the Holy Paladins and working the mines, our wife Ogre Greta regains consciousness, and is traumatized by her newly acquired grievous head wound, not to be confused with the grievous head wound she sustained in her childhood. But you see, I have a masterful plan, and that plan requires that we simply survive until nightfall when the guards all go to sleep. And you can use this plan too. It's so easy. Don't worry about it. So we work. We wait. I observe the boy band guarding this exit out of Rebirth.
Okay, so weirdly enough, this start, based off of what I'm seeing, is a great way to almost passively get extra toughness, I'm guessing. Simply because if you try and escape, they'll beat you up, then put you back in the cage, you'll heal up, and then you'll get back to work, and then you try to leave, they'll beat you up ad infinitum. You are correct. Well, that's a much easier way to get toughness than running around letting starving bandits beat the shit out of you.
The guard has decided to knock Ogre Greta unconscious.
And you're much less likely to die.
And that is because, shocker, Rebirth is not a slave camp that believes in equality. This is because the Holy Nation dislikes women. She is taken to a cage. She does not understand what she has done to be taken to the cage. She has done everything correctly. With our first day survived and under the cover of darkness, I begin to sneak. I am immediately spotted. In order to survive
you also
the
can't
imminent
starve
onslaught,
as long as you have the
I place
obedient
myself
slave
in this
job.
cage.
It appears
This,
so, yeah.
logically convinces the guards that I can do no wrong, that I am not suspicious.
Weirdly enough, this seems like a very easy way to power level a lot of different stats. Ironically. Which is super fucked up, but also, like, it's a really good way to get shit done in the early game, apparently. Ironically, the slave start is the easiest as it guarantees food and skill XP as they will heal you. Pick locks on your ankle bits and put them in your inventory and you'll gain strength XP. Interesting, okay.
At all, and they leave me alone to go to bed. And so begins phase 1 of my master plan. Food. In Rebirth, you are property, goods to the Holy Nation. They will not let you die, but they will also not let you thrive. If you are beaten unconscious, they'll jail you and then heal you. They'll put their hand in your ass to confiscate any stolen goods. And they won't let you starve, but they will keep you hungry. Being hungry debuffs your stats across the board, so to be able to sneak, run fast, and be strong and eventually escape, we are going to need a supply of food. As such, I'll be eating whatever the paladins leave out, trawling from building to building to see what I can find that is edible. At 1:40 AM, we enter the first building.
Okay.
Cooked vegetables. We consume this instantly. 2:30 AM. Upal Anus Borbanus skulks into the second building. We find dried fish. We have already eaten, so we smuggle this into our inventory. Ask for later. Building number 3. We wake the guards. Old mate spots Upal Anus Borbanus, has flashbacks to working retail and mans the front desk.
That makes sense.
Remembers it's 3 AM, then chases us outside.
Though, based off what I remember, those debuff stats don't necessarily affect XP gain. So, while the stats are debuffed, you can just keep on increasing your stat gains, though the debuffs will overall increase the amount of stats that debuffs you by over time, right? Upal Anus Belbanus, yes. Yeah, just get a huge collection of shackles and the running around of being an obedient slave will strengthen you. Wow. Jesus.
No.
That's
okay,
nuts.
I'm in the cage. You're legally obligated to leave me alone. I know my rights. No. Okay, fair enough. You want me near when you sleep?
Back in the cage, I
better
guess.
throw this on the floor.
Damn.
Conduct your cavity search, paladins. You won't find anything. You will never look for the stolen fish on the floor.
And back.
4
Welcome
AM,
back, Wolf
I
King.
escape. We pick up our fish. Upal Anus Borbanus lives to fight and smuggle various miscellaneous goods in unspecified places another day. 5 AM,
Damn.
building number 4. The guards try to go with the brutalization technique, but we counter with the submissive man in a cage strategy. Now, there's not much to say about day 2 or anything that happens during the daytime, really. This is undercover hours, obedient hours. Ogre Greta is hobbling because she got beaten that one time despite doing everything the guards asked of her. Such is her lot. The various
Her
tasks...
legs look broken. She's just like that. Jesus.
we perform, we do so on autopilot. It's as I said, nothing really happens during the day. These are the obedient hours, the hours we bide our time until after dark, where we hunt
because
food
she
again.
got beat. Yeah, that's about right. Still though, what the fuck? Oop is right, yeah.
and whispered in my ear, what do we have here?
Jesus.
As a slave, I have duties, including but not limited to working the mine, looking at this wall, being tied to a post, sometimes put in a cage.
Damn.
Being tied to a post, sometimes put in a cage.
Just keeps
He
going.
put his hand in my ass.
Jesus Christ.
Now I understand that my ass
Oh,
just
goody.
don't expand. My ass has been destroyed. He put his hand in my ass. And now I understand.
Ye
that
old
my
prison
ass
pocket
just don't
can't protect
expand.
you from
My ass has
demented
been destroyed.
paladins. Jesus.
Well, I got no food, and this guy is standing right outside my cage, and if I remove my prisoner shackles, he he homes in on me.
Instant.
Oh, mate, is rapid.
Instant wanting
Wait,
to
I wonder
kill
if I
them. Gonna glitch them the fuck out.
Guy's just screaming like, ah, he's escaping. All right, Ogre Greta, you waste of space. It is your time. We can't get out of our cage without a distraction, so
What the fuck?
Go give him hell, baby girl. Haha, get the bread.
Oh my
Get it.
god.
Oh yeah, we've eaten the bread. Do what you must with me, Paladin. I've already won.
Oh,
I can
they're
actually
getting
hear
beaten up
Greta
again.
being brutalized upstairs.
Jesus Christ.
She's down already. Oh my god. So they put known delinquent Upo
Well,
in a cage and give him 5-star
Greta
medical
is
treatment, but
currently
continuously
unconscious.
beat on Ogre Greta, who is simply trying to be an obedient slave and go to work. Again, exactly what is expected of her. They don't even heal her, they just search her and she gets up
It's
to
not
go to
even that
work.
high. Jesus.
While Upu heals from his coma, I just watch as Greta works the mines. Gets beaten again, folded in ways I didn't think humanly possible. She's in a state, let me tell you. The game says
Jesus. Just the eyes wide open, screaming on the inside look is just fucking me up. This world needs Grimatus of the Black Templars. Quite possibly. BT-dub, the massive weapons the paladins have, they're designed to do extra damage to skeletons. Weaponized racism. Oh my god. They didn't even heal her. Yes.
she is unconscious, and you can really tell.
Jesus.
She just gets up and starts working the stone processor after being beaten unconscious multiple times in one day. With her laboring skill of one.
Jesus.
It's no problem. Ogre Greta work. The remainder of the day, nothing happens.
Greta
we
is
wait
suffering.
patiently. Sometimes I put myself in a cage. That way there is no possibility I'm beaten outside at random for no reason. Like Ogre Greta, who we occasionally spot hobbling past, being berated by the paladins, promised no dinner tonight. As night falls over Rebirth, so too do our shackles. In building number 1, cooked vegetables in a corner near the sleeping paladins. We eat it and retreat into a cage. They are powerless to stop me. We move through the night looking for our next meal in building number 2. Unfortunately, all we find is like Arnold in the corner looking directly at the front door, only blind to my orange jumpsuit. Fair enough. Building number 3. This is also guarded by a retail staff paladin, but in the corner we spy a food cube. This is enough to sustain us for days if we manage to get our hands on it. I accidentally toggle off sneak and we sprint to the cube, and the paladin doesn't notice. This is what years and years of retail work does to a man. I also take this dried fish from through the roof situated in front of a paladin who is presumably eating it, and with the food cube secured and our hunger dealt with for the time being, we are able to move on to the next step.
That's
Rebellion.
just funny. That's just fucking funny. Jesus. That the hilarious thing you can do in the slave pen is that you can knock out a guard and throw them in a cage, then they'll assume he was a slave that tried to be clever and enslave them fully. Wait. Can you do this to, like, almost every guard, and they'll just do that? Because, like, that's ridiculous. Hey, Gep, do you know where to find Lovander? I got raided by some Lovanders earlier today. Other than that, I have no idea.
Nothing
No
of note
spoilers,
happens the
please,
following day. It
Lamau.
mostly just devolves into me watching Ogre Greta, who, you know, can't stop being beaten until she's crippled, hobbling around the camp while we wait for day to turn to night. Now with a full stomach, tonight, this is where the real work begins. I unlock the shackles and some of the other slaves. This increases their demeanor with me. Some of them will follow. Others will run. The ones that run, though, that's okay too. They'll end up absolutely curb stomped, but this is
Really?
just the
Yeah,
start.
you can get
And they
raided by
occupy the guard
Lovanders.
so that I can continue to work on other things. Some will choose not to
You
leave
can
at
put
all.
just
They'll
about
remain
every guard
shackled.
into their
They're flagged as friendly to us with the yellow cursor, so one would think they would join me, but they do not. I even try straight manhandling some of them, but they
Wow.
simply return to the pole, relocking their own shackles and remain. The most amusing part about this, I think, is that Ogre Greta is the one with the 24/7 guard waiting outside of a cage, as if she's done anything wrong at all. While Oopal is literally up to no good, spotted multiple times every night, completely unsupervised. On the morning of the 5th day, it is our time. Oopal is fully rested, fully fed, all of his stats unrestrained by weakness, and we have a handful of freed slaves with us. We make our way to one of the gates, and no, we do not fight. We simply use the other slaves as distractions while we make a run for it.
So he's bolt. Oh no, Greta's getting left behind. No. Damn. I feel bad for Greta. And Gabo tell the guy looking for Lovander to go to the desert zones at night. They'll bump into them eventually. Apparently it's the desert zones at night. Wolf. Catch any? I got a few, yeah. Never mind, they didn't make it. Absolutely obliterated.
Though we may have failed, I have inspired the slaves. Watch on as this man I have freed feels liberation for the first
Thanks to
time.
Hydrate Jaeger.
So hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate! His way out of his chains, all the while sustaining grievous head wounds, much like the ones Ogre Greta did in her childhood. Speaking of which, she is still monitored 24/7 despite only ever doing exactly as the Holy Paladin say.
Cruelty.
What a dumbass. We'd just be Bing chilling, and we'd see her walking past, working the mines, with her entourage of angry guards just behind her. At nightfall, we continue to work as we had before, completely unsupervised, and work on breaking the chains of the other slaves. Perhaps with greater numbers we'll succeed. Unfortunately, so few people join me that I end up repeatedly trying to release the same people who had rejected my rebellion previously. And because they all have unmemorable, ridiculous names such as Pin, the only way I can tell them apart from the ones who do join me is by pulling their pants down. We release so many prisoners, and I cannot express enough how many people are beaten for following me in the night, as I am repeatedly spotted and they decoy for me, receiving the beating in my place. In the mornings I would be spotted, I'd run into the cage, and then watch on as my devout followers get bodied. But such was my plight, such was the weight on my shoulders, our great escape would not go without sacrifice.
My stupid wife Greta looks like an ogre. She watched as the
Poor Greta. I feel so bad for Greta at this point. Like, she is getting absolutely bodied by this slave camp. Jesus. I can only hope her toughness has been getting higher because of this nonsense. Jesus Christ. Rip Greta stuck with Anus as a husband. Yes. Oh my god.
My ass has been destroyed. He put his hand in my ass, and now I understand that my ass just don't expand. My ass has been destroyed.
Hey, bro's out here telling me masturbation is wrong. Alright, this is our time, this is when we do it.
And once again, Greta is being left behind.
Wait, I know they hate women, but are they really only attacking the women in my team?
Oh my god!
Let me just test this real quick. Okay, I'm out of sight. The only ones of us that haven't been attacked are, yeah, it's just the men left in my team.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they I can confirm they really don't care that we've escaped. I mean, I still have the tag escaped slave. They just don't care. Oop, okay, it's time to go. Mission success, I guess. Oh, wait, no, I'm discovered.
Oh, there it is. There they are. Okay.
What? They've got a bull?
Jesus. And
I might not have gone this way if I knew the holy bull was gonna gore my ass. God damn. Oh,
wow.
Oh, I'm bleeding from my asshole.
Deserved.
Well, we got close. But it turns out, we were not man enough to escape. Hey, did I accidentally make sad Andrew Tate? I am back. I am disgraced. Placed on the post next to the pantless cowards that rejected the rebellion. For some reason, Ogre Greta is beaten up again, and while the guards patch her up, another guard is straight up severing her.
Wait, what even is her toughness? Her toughness is 5? Jesus. I know that you get more toughness for getting up after getting beaten, But still,
And while the
damn.
guards patch her up, another guard is straight up severing her spine. A joyous thing to witness, to be sure. Being that Upul Anus Borbanus is unconscious, it's as world-renowned dead celebrity John Lennon once said, "I'm just sitting here watching the wheels go round and round." Only until nighttime, where we'll wake up and enact the third
Why
phase
do
of
they
this
hate
plan.
Greta?
Yeah, that's right. There's a third
They're
phase. All has gone according to plan so far.
are aggressively sexist. That's the only explanation this is reasonable. At least that's all I could think. That's all I could think, because legitimately they've been mainly attacking the female slaves. What the fuck?
Bear with me, because it is apparent that running might not be the option. We are going to divorce our wife.
Play mostly women in video games, so if I chose this start, it would be a very, very rough time.
Ogre Greta by lodging the associated paperwork and deleting her from the party. Once this is done, I'm going to sneak up behind her and repeatedly stealth KO her from behind. Now this will only knock her out for a couple seconds at a time because we are only level 1 assassination, but the longer we do this for, the more our assassination skill will grow, and the easier it will become to assassinate stronger targets. My favorite part about this is Upul remains undetected, so Greta has absolutely no idea why it's lights out every few seconds, and because she's tied up, she's unable to investigate or retaliate. Being that we are working in the dead of the night, my followers, my fellow rebels, all flock to me ready to escape. But what they do not know is I will not be making a run for it this night. We are simply knocking our ex-wife unconscious multiple times so that we become stronger. And as we get stronger, it's lights out for her for longer. So for uptime, I train on 2 captives. Hey, worry not, guys. We're doing this for freedom. Oh. I have been whacking her on the back and the front of the head all night, so as a truce, I release her so she may roam free. And as she wanders off, I knock her unconscious once again.
What the
Eventually, Ogre Greta makes a run for it, but she's downed fairly easily, being that she's such a big, stringy, gangly beast. And so she may finally rest in another cage, a cage of her own. Or so she thinks. You see, I am becoming bold. I am becoming a menace. I decide to stay operational during the day. I have all my peons to draw aggro away from me. I place Upulanus in the cage next to Ogre Greta, and then the guard picks me up and places Upulanus in the cage next to Ogre Greta. All of my fellow rebels are caged with us. I stealth KO them as well. Nothing will stand in the way of my journey to higher power. Assassination. Can't forget Ogre Greta. Unfortunately, this really upsets them, and the paladins all disobey the laws and decide that once I have placed myself in prison, that they will still beat me up simultaneously, instantly putting me into a coma. 10 of them patch me up in unison. This time he will stop, they think. This time Upulanus obeys. But they are mistaken. In the nights, I knock out the pantsless ones. In the day, I become more bold. I sneak around Rebirth. I know not where Ogre Greta may be, but I am certain for my transgressions she is being followed around and beaten on occasion. I spot my target. I go in for the kill. Oh god, I failed. But that's alright, because I run into the tower old mate was guarding anyway, and with time paused like the Marvel cinematic deity I am, we repeatedly attempt to steal these cooked vegetables and these Holy Nation rags. These were just what I was looking for. They'll give us a handy 10% boost to stealth. So with the rags in hand, Upul Anus Borbanus sprints back to his pole and or cage, like the good pretend slave he is. But if we go into one of these with the stolen goods on our person, the paladins will put their hand in my ass and take the stolen goods back.
This seems like the kind of game that would have absolutely broken bullshit.
I throw the stolen goods on the ground while they chain me up. They are legally unable to pick up stolen items off the ground. Oh shit, they've put me next to Greta. Hey Greta. One for the road, baby. In my new robes, on the 11th night, I sprint through the dark like a turbo weeb. Oh yeah! Oh
You're still high enough, and you can basically vanish in front of people.
You want, officer, you'll find no
That's
contraband
fantastic.
there. You're welcome to search, though. Continuously, with more vigor, with every search.
Damn, they're just reaching way up there.
Back in the pits, we call this
searching him so hard he'll become a puppet. Damn.
Maneuver, playing it fast and loose. He's sitting in the darkness and he can't see. Or you can choose to believe he sees me perfectly. He sees I wear my ass on my sleeve, and he is simply impressed.
Thank you kindly.
The age of Greta is over.
Whispering sweet
The time
nothings.
of the paladin has come. Oh.
Up your assassination skill and you can knock out anyone while stealthed. That's nuts.
Was that paladin and slave rags? He was all like, "Carl, it's me, it's your buddy Steve. We sleep in the bunks next to each other," and they just slap chains on him anyway. By night I train. By day I return and knock out the other paladin. I am starting to grow a collection of unconscious paladins that I place in their own cages for my training and enjoyment. One time I abducted one of the boy band lads from the front gate. One time I alternated Naruto running with sneaking into this one guard tower. knocked out a sleeping paladin, and abducted him, occasionally stopping to train assassination on the imprisoned guards. I would remove their pants as I had done the cowardly slaves outside. A symbol of shame. I was a menace. I'd Naruto run around camp in broad daylight, sometimes be locked in a cage while the paladins would say, "Okran is forgiving," and replace the lost pants on the gods I had tormented. Perhaps the god was benevolent after all. And while I grew stronger, my influence over Rebirth would be plain to see. And it is before dawn on the 12th day that I had come to realize I could have left a long time ago, but I did not. I wouldn't need to assassinate anyone around camp. Knock out countless holy paladins, slavers, none of that. For all the running around camp meant I had trained my athletics, and now I could run faster than them. And I hadn't realized this because I'd continued to terrorize Rebirth in ways most unholy, because I'd grown to enjoy it. The chains had become a symbol of control to be broken again and...
This feels like what would happen if Stitch from Lilo and Stitch got a hold of this bullshit. Like, what the fuck? He was just trolling them at the end. What the hell? And the stealth skills can also be used for disguises, so I haven't seen this video before, but I'm willing to bet he can just put on a paladin's armor and run out. And yes, if your stealth isn't high enough, you start Naruto running to basically stealth at full speed.
Again, watching Greta fall in and out of unconsciousness in a state of total panic became my own chains that I began to shackle around the camp. Some say he left that day and ran into the sunset, never to be seen again. Others say he returned for Ogre Greta. But one thing everyone agrees on is that Paladin that put his hand in his ass looking for contraband that day, what he really found was a monster.
He put his hand in my ass.
Boing. Boingo.
And now I understand.
I'm about to get attacked by something. I swear to fuck.
That my ass just don't expand. My ass has been destroyed.
Oh, wow.
He put his hand in my ass. And now I understand that my ass just don't expand. My ass has been destroyed. He put his hand
my goodness.
in my ass.
That was incredibly funny. But also, poor Greta. Like you said, missed. Poor Greta, like, damn. He put his hand in my ass. Yep. Oh my goodness. Okay, next one is Reggie. But real quick before that, let's see what Jaeger sent to us. And we'll also check out this small vid as well. What is this? Looks like it's another Black Ops one from Call of Duty. What do we got? Does it have any... Yes, it does. Here we go. Why is... Oh, that's a glitched camera. Ha! That's so fucking... What? That's so weird. What the fuck? That's one way to lose a round. Jesus. Oh, now they're back to normal. My brain... Oh. Correct. We horizontal now. Yep. If this ends up reviving them... okay, there they go. Okay. That was fucking weird. Funny, but weird. Damn. I feel like Record of Ragnarok Jack the Ripper coded. Is that just me? That's what it feels like. Her windbags. Oh, and you saw the martial arts of Kenshi for a bit earlier. But it's legit stupid strong, level up high enough, and you can just punch people's heads off. Nice. Alright, let's see here. I created a secret society of hivers in Kenshi. So hivers are the hive mind guys, right? The bug people, I believe. Okay, let's see what this is what's going on with this then.
The Holy Nation is a veritable theocracy
that
that
Holy
uses
Nation
their
again.
religious
Okay.
principles to violently discriminate against non-human races, and even some of the human ones too.
Sounds
Perhaps
about
most
right.
of all, the Holy Nation hate the Chinese. I mean the
Damn.
hivers. They really hate the hivers. That being said, today's
okay.
challenge is to try to establish a sleeper cell of bugmen living within a Holy Nation city. If you're unfamiliar, a sleeper cell is defined as a group of people who inconspicuously remain dormant present in a community until activated by a prearranged
right.
signal to perform acts
Xenos.
of espionage,
Kinda.
sabotage, and or terrorism. The ultimate goal, abolish the ethnostate by overthrowing the local government with a vermintide of hivers. Let's begin. The first thing any good rebellion needs is a man on the inside. For our purposes, we need someone average and with a good, strong Christian name.
Jesus
I chose
fucking Christ.
Motumbo. He will function as a
Oh, thank
relatable
God.
everyman that will allow
He looks almost normal. The abomination he was making just a few seconds ago was just cursed. Oh my
us to
God.
gain the trust of the Holy Nation and destroy it from within. Don't be deceived by Motumbo's long limbs and movie star physique. He is terrible at virtually everything. We will have to train him from the ground up, like some kind of feral child
bit,
to be
yeah,
pulled out of a wolf den.
Jesus.
In particular, we
Motumbo.
need to focus on basic life skills such
Oh
as
my
sprinting,
gosh.
stealth,
Jesus.
lockpicking, and kidnapping.
Motumbo going out and mock fuck.
My favorite way to do
Jeez.
this personally is by harassing the local homeless population. But if I'm going to persecute homeless people, I want it to be official and definitely on the record. Therefore, I decided to hold a local election to determine the president of Hub. Since only Motumbo showed up, I declared it a landslide victory in our favor. Now we could start ruining society the morally correct way. Our first move was to enact an economic redistribution policy where we redistributed everyone else's stuff directly into our inventory. We then traded these items for the entire city's food supply. This served not only to enrich our caloric intake, but it also caused our citizens to wither and starve. Amazing. We then spent the next 2 weeks connecting with our supporters by breaking into their homes late at night to conduct wellness checks.
Wake up. Yeah, it's me, Motumbo.
What the fuck?
You doing alright? I just came to check on you.
He feels so threatening right now. Oh my God. Yep, and if those bug people lose their queens, they become fogmen, which are insane cannibals. Enter the foglands, and a swarm of the skinny bastards will rush you to drag you off to be eaten. Oh my gosh. How to basic? I'm not sure what how to basic is in this instance. But I do have a lot of fun with the game. I did have a lot of fun with the game regardless, even if I did play as an RPG without realizing it. Was also an RTS. The Butterburger. Ah, I see. He's just here to check on you. Oh, this guy's making the hidden Hiver Society using mods. People don't normally carry cash on them. Oh,
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. Go back to sleep. It's
kind of
like the
odd
lunch.
that
It's okay.
nobody's
If any of
carrying
them got a
cash
little
on
too
them.
uppity about it, we knocked them the fuck out. After 2 successful weeks of being the president of the largest migrant camp in all of Kenshi, I felt as though I had the necessary skills to become a domestic terrorist. So we set off to join the Holy Nation. Motumbo successfully migrated to Blister Hill. It's the capital of the entire Holy Nation, as well as the place where their leader, Lord Phoenix, lives. So not only are we establishing a sleeper cell in enemy territory, but we're basically doing it in their version of the White House. Now, the first step is to go house shopping to establish our headquarters. Fortunately,
What kind of line is that? Oh my God. Make it
pushing a
quick.
sleeper cell in enemy territory.
What the fuck?
But we're basically doing it in their version of the White House. Now, the first step is to go
Jesus.
house shopping to establish our headquarters. Fortunately, I pawned everything in the hub that wasn't nailed to the floor, and so money was not an issue. Now, when you're new to the human trafficking business, what you really want is square footage. I concluded that this house here offers the best bang for my buck when it comes to hiding forbidden species from God's eye. Yes, it's a bit of a fixer-upper, but look who's
Okay.
talking. Shalom, we had bought our first home. Now that this is done, we have to perform what is known as a proof of concept.
Yes, they bought their home via thievery. Jesus. Oh, and Gep, here's a good hint for building a base. Turrets do not require ammunition, and if you have a skeleton on the turret, they don't need to eat, so just park them there forever. The guards start beelining, lol. Yep.
Test. You see, before we attempt to smuggle 50 hivers past border security, we should start with 1, just to make sure it's even possible. So Motumbo set forth into the world to find his first recruit. We traveled to the western hivelands, where we could surely find an endless supply of potential recruits. The only issue is that recruiting has never been particularly easy in Kenshi. At best, you can recruit local alcoholics from the tavern. However, that doesn't work for us. We need a scalable solution. To address this issue, we have the Recruit Prisoners mod. which allows us to kidnap
okay.
people, gaslight them with several hours of
Oh.
psychological torment, and eventually convince them to join our party thanks to a neat
So-
little mechanic called Stockholm Syndrome. So all we have to do is kidnap and imprison a hiver. I scoped around the area for some time, pretending to be mentally ill. This lured the hivers into a false sense of security and allowed me to get closer to my target. Once he was alone, I hit him over the back of the head with a rock and dragged him into the shadows. One quick run across the desert and we were now outside the gates of Blister Hill. I decided to try the simplest approach, which was to just carry his unconscious and bleeding body past the police and into my apartment. I think if it worked for Jeffrey Dahmer, it should also work for me. And just like that, we were in. Motumbo then deposited our first lucky recruit into his very own rusty steel cage. I decided to leave our new recruit in darkness for 2 to 3 days so he could think about all the poor decisions he's made. When we returned, he was more than eager to join the squad. Now we just had to choose a new identity for him. It needed to be inconspicuous and disarming.
How many times does he end up doing
Mr.
this?
Patel.
Like,
sure,
Jesus.
Mr. Patel might be Indian, but he's definitely not part of a grassroots terrorist organization. It was perfect.
Damn.
We could now enter phase 2 of our operation, stockpiling supplies. You see, if Motumbo is going to kidnap dozens of hivers and hide them under the floorboards of his studio apartment, they're going to need a steady food supply. Otherwise, this whole Jeffrey Dahmer parallel might become a little too real. So I elected Mr. Patel to be the head of agricultural development. Motumbo smuggled him past the city gates again and back into the free world to establish a large-scale farming operation. I had a lot of faith in Mr. Patel. I knew he wouldn't do something dishonorable, like fleeing with all my blood money. Technically, to operate a farm successfully, you're going to want more than one person, but I didn't want to attract too much attention, so I left it all up to Mr. Patel and his army of windmills. But don't worry, Motumbo will be watching very closely. After 22 hours of painfully micromanaging Mr. Patel, I finally felt as though we had a reasonable amount of food stockpiled. Now we could finally return to our real passion of violently coercing people to join our social justice flash mob. In many ways...
one of these, I need to, at some point, I need to check that one video that Markiplier posted a while back. The one where he was trying to get the video demonetized, but also censored the video, everything. It was that Orc Masseuse video. I need to see if it's still monetized. What do you mean? That was clearly Kenshi.
You could consider what we're doing to be somewhat like a business. And the first step in expanding any business is to establish a recruitment office. I named ours Abu Ghraib. Technically speaking, it was just a desolate shack in the middle of the desert, but functionally, it would operate as an indoctrination chamber, allowing us to grow our numbers indefinitely. Allow me to demonstrate. Mutumbo goes to the hivelands, he kidnaps and recruits one hiver. Then both Mutumbo and the hiver go kidnap 2 more hivers. Then the 4 of them kidnap 4 more hivers, and 8 more and 16 more. In other words, Mutumbo gets hella bitches. Mutumbo would then individually...
So Mutumbo has kidnapped an entire hiver village at this point. Holy shit.
Smuggle each hiver into the city and deposit them safely in his living room. This would constitute the beginnings of our sleeper cell. However, about halfway through this mission, I realized 2 things. I was running out of space in my apartment, and I forgot to pick up the food from Mr. Patel. Let's solve the easiest problem first. Our lack of space. The solution is quite simple, actually. We just need to buy a second apartment. The only road bump in this mission is finances. Since freelance kidnapping is not yet recognized as a job, Mutumbo has technically been unemployed for the past 38 days. As such, we don't have a lot of money. I decided to solve this by invading a sovereign state. Technically, it was just a way station, but that's a good start. I took my army of 30 hivers to the way station territory and launched a full-scale assault. You may think that an army of naked bugmen may not seem that intimidating, but unless you're some kind of freaky sex guy, then you would be wrong. After pawning all of the worldly possessions from this outpost, we find...
So that's exactly how I feel fighting starving bandits at the beginning of the game every single time. Just continuous attacks all the time until you're down on the floor. Holy shit.
Finally had enough money to buy a second apartment to store our hivers. Now came the more complex problem. We have over 30 hivers, and they need food. Fortunately, we have the food. The
That's
issue
a
is,
lot
and
of
I'm not sure
rice.
if you're aware, but Motombo has kind of developed a bit of a reputation due to his eccentric personality, and I'm worried that Mr. Patel could be in danger if he is caught supplying food to Motombo. So I orchestrated a complex but believable series of events that would allow us to transfer the food from Mr. Patel to Motombo without anyone ever knowing. First, I used my new property to start an illegal money printing operation. This would serve two purposes. One, it would provide us the rest of the money that we would need for our
The
entire
hemp is what they're
playthrough.
selling.
And
Okay.
two, it will devastate the local currency through hyperinflation, inevitably resulting in the Holy Nation becoming a barter economy based on sexual favors. We would then use our newfound wealth to open two seemingly legitimate business ventures.
Kenshi has good
The first would be a rock mining
R34.
company,
I mean, what?
and the
Who said
second,
that?
a veterinary practice. This will make sense shortly. The rock
That
mining company
does
would
not surprise
logically
me.
buy their food
It
from the
really
closest
doesn't.
available trader, which happened to be
Funny
Mr.
as fuck,
Patel.
though.
Now the rock mining company has our
That
food.
money printer is
This
very much a
constitutes
mod.
Our
Yeah,
first layer of
that makes
encryption
sense.
In this
That
illegal
does not
food
surprise me.
smuggling operation.
But it is
Unfortunately,
funny.
Shortly after buying the food from Mr. Patel, the pet of one of the rock miners becomes sick. He decides to take his pet to our veterinary practice to diagnose the issue. In fact, the animal is not sick, it's dead. We have hollowed out its insides and filled it with over 800 kilograms of white rice. Now the vet has our food. He will wait until nightfall,
Well,
at which point he will deconstruct his entire office
that
and
was a
sprint
lot.
across the desert. He will rendezvous at an unmarked beach, ultimately
Fucking
equipping a hazmat
tauntauned
suit
the
before
bowl.
swimming 800
Jesus.
feet through acid water to an uncharted island and burying the food under a pile of rocks. Overnight,
This
the
feels
vet and
very
everyone that works
overly
at the rock mine
complicated.
will go to a plastic surgeon to legally alter their name and genitals, thus allowing them to vanish into the night like an elderly person with dementia. The next morning, a skeleton will find this food and take it to a nearby town to sell it. After all, skeletons don't need food. This is completely realistic. Shortly
What the
after the
hell?
transaction is complete, I will hire a local schizophrenic man to enter the shop and purchase our food from the shop owner. Following this, the man will proceed to brutally murder everyone inside the store, thus
Oh my
leaving no
goodness.
witnesses to this transaction. Who is this deranged lunatic, you may ask? His name is Motombo. And with that, we have completed the most inconspicuous food transaction
Yes.
in all of human history,
This
thus
was so
ensuring the
easy.
safety and anonymity of both Motombo and Mr. Patel. I would complete this elaborate series of events once a week, every week, for the rest of the playthrough. Naturally, I had Motombo
Jesus.
use a different
I
disguise
checked, he was
each
not
week
lying.
to maintain a low profile. Now, with a steady stream
This
of
is
both
about
money
right.
and
Also,
food, our
damn,
kidnapping
damn.
operation had truly entered its renaissance. By day 29, we had managed to kidnap a total of 200 hivers. In fact, we had stolen literally everyone from both of the nearest hiver villages. At this point, we had to resort to traveling north to kidnap fogmen. Fogmen are hivers that got mixed up in some kind of pyramid scheme. I don't know, it's not really clear to me, but they serve a higher
like
purpose
Motombo
now.
is suffering.
After reaching a total of 255 hivers, I decided to stop because I had run out of names 90 hivers ago. Next began my quest to find housing for my 250 illegal immigrants. It is now time for us to aggressively expand into the real estate market by
Xenos,
monopolizing
yes.
all housing. What's that, Mr. Realtor? You want to know why I need 14 apartments? Fuck you. I decided to purchase almost all of the real estate in Blister Hill and evict the previous tenants. Local homelessness and unemployment was now approaching 100%.
Oh my god. He would have had to either let them all in at night while they're all sneaking, or carry them individually, one after the other, into each building. Jesus Christ.
In fact, a small confederation of filthy hobo people began to collect in front of the city in protest of my smooth business moves. I took this as our first successful move against the Holy Nation and a sign of good things to come for the revolution. With 255 sleeper agents now secretly implanted within the Holy Nation, we could begin training for the final solution. What? Is that one already taken? Hitler. Okay, we're just going to call it the Big Attack. I converted some of the bars into training spaces so we could muscle up some of these losers.
Jesus.
I had never attempted a coup d'etat
Most likely
before,
one
so I
by
wasn't
one.
exactly sure how much preparation was necessary. I settled on combat stats around 20 to 30 as my end goal for training. Additionally, I created several private hiver workshops throughout the city to manufacture weapons and armor for our soldiers. We even had a cafeteria. At this point, we basically had our own underground city operating.
I get the feeling he probably would have had an easier time if he upped his assassination and just knocked out all the guards and stole their gear and gave it to the hivers. Like, weirdly enough, I feel like that's something that he could have done.
Behind a series of locked doors and secret handshakes. With our hivers now preparing for the day of reckoning, we could begin sabotaging the holy nation and weakening it from within. You see, many scholars cite a degradation of morals and values as the driving force behind the collapse of the Roman Empire.
That is a body.
I wanted to apply this concept to the holy nation.
Jesus.
Certainly, creating a populace of unemployed transients was a good start, but I think we can go even further. If you recall, I purchased every store in the entire city.
Right.
That meant there was no one to sell food to the citizens. Don't worry, we can fix that. Every night, I would have my hivers kidnap between 2 to 4 guards or citizens from the town and transport them to one of my many apartments, where their bodies would be mechanically separated while my secret society of hivers watched on intently. Their limbs were then processed into raw human meat, and I opened my very own deli in the corner of town where I sold this meat to the local townspeople. Everyone in town was now a surprise cannibal.
The food is people! Oh my goodness. Dakos? Probably. I don't know what a Dakos is, but maybe.
Try passing judgment on me now, you sick fucks. For the cherry on top, I also had Mutombo travel to the swamps to purchase large quantities of opium and cocaine. On the nights we weren't kidnapping street urchins and processing them into chicken nuggets, we would sneak up on people, knock them out, and plant cocaine and opium in their inventory, thereby getting them addicted to an expensive and highly illegal drug. For example, I found this priest here who was asleep, and I put 8 kilograms of opium in his inventory. That's enough opium to kill 100,000 people. I don't think this guy's gonna wake up. Now, we definitely had the moral high ground on them at this point. After all, these people were literally homeless, unemployed, racist, cannibalistic drug addicts. So, yeah. I finally felt as though the Holy Nation was at its most vulnerable, and we were ready to activate our sleeper agents for a full-scale assault on Blister Hill. I began the assault by launching a distraction. You see, one of my apartments in the far corner of town has been filled with albino gorillos that I imported from the nearby regions. Mutombo released them into the streets, thus drawing the guards' attention away from our next step. If you remember, sleeper cells are typically activated by a prearranged signal or code phrase. So I had Mutombo climb to the highest peak in the city and scream this activation phrase at the top of his lungs.
This thing is 300 bucks.
Damn.
Thereby alerting my 255 hivers that now was the time to strike. This was the horror that awaited each and every one of these xenophobic freaks in the Holy Nation. Of course, some tried to escape, but little did they know, I had already created a 300-mile-long wall around the entire city, ensuring that none would escape alive. Combat broke out in the streets, and countless were dead within the first hour of the assault. This was a great start, but the real metric for success was sitting in this house right here. Lord Phoenix, the leader of the entire Holy Nation. If we could take him down, surely the morale of the remaining guards would shatter. I sent 3 of my best bugs to fight him, and they're dead. I sent 100 of my best bugs to fight him, and I'm not going to lie, it was actually pretty competitive. Phoenix is very tough, but eventually we managed to slowly whittle him down to a point of unconsciousness, at which point we stripped him naked, put him in a cage, and beat all of his friends into submission. And with that, victory was ours.
You know what?
Persisted
even relatively low level 250 of these fucks would do it. Damn.
Throughout the day, but it was clear our sleeper cell had successfully overthrown a corrupt and politically incorrect government. Without a doubt, justice was served on this day. The only thing left to do was to rebuild. We had at our hands a rare opportunity to learn from the mistakes of our forebearers and build a better and more accepting society. The only rule? No humans allowed. Sorry, Mutombo. I hope you enjoyed this challenge, because I plan to do more like it in the future. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
And of course, Mutombo gets betrayed at the last possible moment. Oh my god. Foul Xenos, yes. Foul Xenos indeed. Oh, that was a good one. Oh my goodness. Fuck. Oh, all right. We've gone through all 3 of them, as well as these 2. So real quick, let's open up the Discord, and see what we got. Kenji is a gold mine for humor. I'm clearly, like, holy shit. This does not surprise me. Can I link another vid? Sure, Wolf, go for it. Let's see here. What else we jail. Anyway, moving on. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Every day we scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Oh, wait. Here we go. Ah, we saw this one already. All right. What about this one? We haven't seen this already.
5 o'clock, get a call to go waiting at the skate park down by the mall. But my mom says I gotta prevent hostile aliens from annihilating us all. With the strength of a million a second demand, I guess I really shouldn't complain. Still, I wish I could go for a walk without rusting in the rain. It's enough to fry my brain. So welcome to my life, the story of my life, my teenage robot life.
Hell yeah. Love that show. Growing up. Pizza. All right, what do we got? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Splinter uses pizza to get turtles to confess. I think the funniest mod I ever downloaded was one where it turned every Shek female and tweaked the lore into being that the nations surrounding the Shek Kingdom fear the mating season, as they do not take no for an answer. Damn. Oh hell, my life as a teenage robot theme. Good show. Yep. TRG. Yep.
Oh, 11 hours in the hush.
Oh.
Are you sure none of you want to tell me where you were last night?
Oh, this is nuts.
I ain't breaking if Donnie ain't breaking. Experiencing intense nausea, but not breaking.
Guys, I'm in the zone. There's literally nothing that could break me right now.
Sets a pizza on the
Starting to
table.
break.
Of course, you've all tasted the 5-cheese pizza. But this, cheesemongers have speculated of its existence for centuries. Da Vinci's original masterpiece. I submit to you. The 99 cheese pizza.
He's just blatantly lying to them. Oh my god.
Not possible.
Mikey, it's a trap. A pizza with that variety of cheese is a culinary impossibility.
Shall I list the ingredients? Cheddar. Provolone.
Mikey, don't you do it.
Asiago.
Keep it together.
Palagio.
I don't even know what that is.
Mozzarella, of course.
All right. We left the lair because the folk were taking hostages and we kicked some serious butt and there was this girl named April O'Neil who took our picture. But we took care of it.
Idiot.
Oh no, my worst fears have been realized.
Don't worry about it. Donnie erased the picture. We're not in danger.
No,
Damn.
it's April O'Neil who is in danger. Find the girl.
Just snatches
Bring
the
her
pizza.
here.
Oh my god.
Sensei, you said to not go above.
Find the girl.
Find the girl.
Damn. Oh, I remember that scene. It's such a good scene from that movie. Ironically, that training is amazing balance and strength training. Agreed. Want that pizza? Yes. Rude, bonking me. What's the name of the mod? Magical. Chaos wants to know what the name of the mod is, if you can give it. Oh, that was a good one. Ads, damn. Bump.
Listen close, follow my instructions.
Slowly becoming human? I'm sorry, already right off the bat, you're becoming inhuman. Damn. Pick is really good. I do recognize it, though I can't remember which artist did it. Really good, though. The mod's name is Female Only Shek. It's not hard. Alright, Chaos, we got the one you're looking for. Female Only Shek. That's the one. Let me... Jesus. Fucking... Anyway, there we go. You know what, let me just, copy that, and I'll post it to the Twitch chat directly. There you go. Bam. Gotcha. It's 123 FNAF song. Ah, I see, I see. Oh, we just watched this one. Pause there. There we go. Okay. Let's see here.
Remember, you are a ghost driving a meat-coated skeleton made from stardust, riding a rock, hurtling through space. Until we meet again!
I mean, this is accurate. This is accurate. What we got?
Once, I was running late for a job interview and collided with a stranger.
Oh, I just copy and pasted that, by the way. That was not what I said. That was what Magical said.
He yelled, "Watch where you're going, you jerk!"
The female-only Shek UWE is a version that is compatible with Ultimate Wasteland expansion, which massively updates the Kenshi world, including adding Shek subspecies. That's cool.
Once, I was running late for a job interview and collided with a stranger. He yelled, "Watch where you're going, you jerk!" I was incensed, so I shoved him into a water fountain. I then called him a count without the O and wished death on his family.
What the fuck?
I arrived at the job interview, and guess who the interviewer was? It was not the guy from earlier.
Oh, okay.
I did not need to reflect on my behavior in any way. The lesson? It's completely fine to call strangers the C word and physically assault them. It's very unlikely they'll turn out to be the one interviewing you later. If they are, that's just bad luck and move on. Once, I was running...
Okay, then. Damn. Holy shit. Alright, what we got?
Do you think Americans could survive a British heatwave?
I've been studying some weird footage out of Britain. Some of their asphalt is dissolving, thanks to the weather. And I'm just like, what is your asphalt rated for, you know? You'll know it's the right mod if the thumbnail shows a female Shek basically sexually assaulting a paladin. Link in Miscellaneous Gaming. Thank you, Magical. If anybody's looking for it, it's in Miscellaneous Gaming right now. Oh my god.
Just shut up. Y'all don't know about no heat for real. Y'all
already found it, Magic? Well, there you go. Oh my goodness.
In the wintertime, fam. We've been on preheat since January. Had me trying to figure out what sin we committed in America that got God so mad. It's hotter than a Klansman with a black grandbaby over here, and you talking about we don't know about no heat. Boy, I went outside yesterday, the sidewalk was sweating. I caught a shadow trying to get some shade, you understand me? Shoot, took my dog on a walk yesterday. It's a yellow lab. You want to see what she look like now?
Look at her. Look at her. Just dark. Just dark.
Oh, I love him.
Do you think Americans
There's such a
could survive
cute
a
pupper.
British heatwave?
There's such a cute pupper. Oh my god. Silly Billy. Oh, damn. That's rough. Jesus. That's really cool, but also, damn. Alright, let's see what you sent in, Wolf. The seafood boil instead. Ah. Who the fuck why are people getting live crabs and just doing this shit? This is just...
Crabs.
Of course that's gonna happen. Jesus.
I'm so scared. This crab literally...
Look at this crab. Look at this crab.
That's about right. Despite both characters being canonical dumbasses and the girl being a literal demon, what they have is very damn real and very powerful, yes.
Okay, he's got my skin now.
Live is fresher. That is true. Damn!
Oh my god.
I guess to make sure they're fresh. True. People are stupid, that's why they're getting live crabs.
Yo, dude, check out my Pokemon.
That was cute. Look at him go! Hop.
Don't freak out, okay? This is Casper. He is my Halloween moon crab.
That was cute. That's a lot of crab. Jesus. Excellent pick, Wolf. Excellent pick. Let's see here. What do we got on Twitch? What's going on Twitch? What's going on? A lot of Power World today, which makes sense, but damn. Let's see here. Who have I not rated in a hot minute? And who is available? The Goblin Burrows, Le Shroom. Best way to end is Crab. Fair, fair. Let's see. Rated Uzi already this week. Floppy Fawn. We rated them yesterday, I think. See you tomorrow, Geppo. Hello. Alright, Chaos, you have a wonderful night. And I hope everybody has a wonderful night, honestly. Looks like the Library of Jing is playing Power World, but we also raided them within the last week. Fuck. Okay, I'm just gonna count them all out real quick and roll the die. So, 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Okay. Beat it up, one free copy of EU5 and ModCon today. Hell yeah! Beat it up, have you seen the comparisons of Pal World to Pokemon with the Divine Whale bosses? Yeah, the Divine Whale boss is insane. Like, holy shit, dude. Dice Roller. Here we go. Virtual Dice Roller. That's not what I was looking for. Roll a die. Here we go. 1 dice with 28. Motherfucker. 28 sides. There we go. Alright. Yep. 21. Alright. Going down from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Code channel it is. Pick a crab tuber. Woke up half an hour after the stream, lol. I was so surprised. Nice. 68. Here we go. Haven't rated Code Channel in a while, so this should be fun. Oh, wait, they're taking a break. Oh, wait. Looks like they're almost done with the break. No, wait, never mind. That's not done with the break. Looks like that's just a clip that's happening. Fine. Looks like we'll have to skip out on Code Channel this go-around. We'll go for... maybe... oh, wait, never mind, they're back. We're good. We're good. We're fine. /raid. There we go. Code Channel. Alright. Hope everybody has a wonderful night /day. I will see you again next time if you have the time. Hope you enjoy hanging out with Code Channel. And I hope you all have a fantastic time today. Well, tonight. Tomorrow? All the time. Bye-bye!